Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. And we are live. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of movement all over the place. All right. My dude. All right, guys, here we go. We are live. What up to XRP Muser, my man? Traveling the world. See, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into what's going on. First, we're going to talk about my trade last night. What was I trading and why? Well, when Bitcoin likes to hang out and chill, okay, these coins like to pop, okay? And when they pop, they get crazy. XTZ is on a parabolic run. I'm going to explain why and what's going on with that. Basically, it stakes for 6% a year. It's one of the best staking coins out there. So basically, people aren't worried about buying it at $2 or $3 and having it go to $2. They're looking at holding this long term. So every day you get another person onboarding for a long move with XTZ. Now, it's interesting. I have a story about TEZOS. I was selling drones out in the streets of New York in about 2014. A guy walked by with an Ethereum shirt or a Bitcoin shirt. He had a Bitcoin shirt on. Back then, Bitcoin shirts were not ubiquitous at all. You saw nobody. And what happened was he started talking to me. He kind of agitated me at first. Like we kind of didn't totally get along and we were kind of combative. But eventually through that combative nature, we found we both made each other laugh and there was something about each other that we liked and we became friends online. That day he showed me CoinMarketCap on his phone and he told me, "Oh, don't get in there. You'll be trading with your wife at dinner." And so he just, he said a lot of different things and I stayed in touch with him and I wish I could almost show it. I bet I could show it. I haven't gone on Facebook in a long time. But I asked him, I said, "Hey, if I was going to buy an ICO, what one would you suggest?" And this is one, and he said TEZOS. This is 4 years ago, my friends, when it was like 10, 20 cents or something like that. Anyway, lo and behold, 4 years later, TEZOS is becoming a move like we never thought. And it's taking over a bit of the market in people are obsessed. Now, I found a new strategy that since I started trading, I found a new strategy and I'm going to let you guys in on it. Even though I've been a part of like a signals group and even though I'm also in a trading group, a lot of times I take my own trades. Like I get into my own zone and lately that's been like the move for me. Okay. Now, I'm going to just break down. If you don't own TEZOS and you want to get into it, first I'm going to break down my trade. But I'm also going to discuss if you want to get into TEZOS and where would you like to buy. Honestly, if you're long term, I would dollar cost average 10 grand and whatever you want to put, a grand, 10 grand, whatever it is, divide it into 5 buys or a monthly buy and just keep adding. And over time, you'll see that that's like the best way. I did that for the last 2 years. And you know what? I like the bear market of Bitcoin because it let me accumulate a lot of Bitcoin under $6,000. So it made me very happy. Also, look at the bear market for XTZ or even XRP. XRP, you could have gotten a lot of XRP at 18 cents just like a month and a half ago. You could have damn near doubled your money in not too long. Okay, but let's look at what's going on with XTZ. My trade. Let's get my trade out here. What I did is I put like a screenshot of it. So hold on one second. It's got to be the thin one. And what I've learned about pictures, which you can always just open a window here like this on your HTML, and you could drag a picture into the HTML. Which now it's not doing it, right? That's kind of cool. Right? And then it'll show you a picture. So you can show anyone a picture in your screen through that. That wasn't the trade. That was a lost trade, right? Looks like this might be it. That's more like it. So last night, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at TEZOS and I say, you know what? It was sitting in a spot. Let me show you where it was and why. But I bought it for $2,500. I'm up 8% right now. I mean, it's possibly even more at this moment. Oh my God, I'm up $253. So in the last couple minutes. And that's when you move the stop loss up, folks. I'm not long-term holding this, even though I would love to long-term hold some TEZOS. Right now, they're just not in my long-term portfolio, which I kind of regret. I know it's a good move, but I am riding these waves. I'm in at 1, I'm out at 110, I'm in at 2, I'm out at 220, I was in at 289, I was out at 330. Now I got back in last night. Where I like to buy TEZOS, okay, or any asset really, is on the 4-hour chart, and I like to buy when the white of the red histogram begins. I've found, look at this line here. We'll put a line here. I think if I hit Alt-V, it should put a vertical line. So see this line here, and maybe I can connect it if I'm up here. So see this line right here, okay? If I move it actually back a little bit, there we go. Now, right when the white turns, even one of the red is kind of when things start to change, and then you get a move. But when the white and the green on this MACD starts to turn down, that's when we get the red, okay? Again, green, we up, red. So the red happens in the white of the green and the red of the histogram. The moves happen in the white of the red histogram and the green. So I make my buy literally, lately at what I've been doing is I've been finding a pattern. If it's a pattern I like, you know, basically like this. This is what's called a rising wedge, which has a 68% chance of a break to the downside. But in a bull market, so it should be doing something like this and coming down here. This is your target for the rising wedge. 68% of the time, you're going to get back to 240. It's a little drop. But if these break up to the upside, they become parabolic, which has been happening. Look, here's one that broke out. Here's kind of a rising wedge that broke out. If you don't get what I'm saying, let me visualize that for you. But this is a rising wedge here that broke out as well, okay? And that should have broken down, but it did not. So, and now that we're breaking up above this right now on the 4-hour with room to move in the RSI, look, boom, boom. In these last big moves, we were right here. So, and that created a huge catalyst. Again, we were right here, created a huge catalyst. Where are we again? We're right here on that line. Is there a chance we go up for another big move? And I think so. I think so for sure. So, yeah. No ums. I don't like to say I have to get a thing of vinegar. When I say I chug the vinegar. That way it keeps me from saying that horrible word. Because honestly, it makes you sound uneducated, even if you really are. Like you stop and just say that word, and I really want to get it out of my vocabulary 100%. Okay, so I was into TEZOS. I put my money where my mouth is. I showed you a trade. I'm up on the trade right now, and I've only been in the trade, since last night at 7 o'clock at night. So not even 24 hours, up $256. It's feeling good, feeling good. I got in at 312, and we're at 344 right now. Not bad, not bad. And honestly, we're in uncharted territory now, so there's no like support and resistance. The price has never been here before. When that happens, it really is going to go on a blow-off kind of move, like a bit of a run, in my opinion. You could also kind of look at this as a flag, but it is a rising wedge. All right. Now, Bitcoin. I kind of call Bitcoin. I'm not always that good on it, but this time I had it at 10,400 on a bunch of flags. Did I erase my old work? No, here it is. So I had, let's see what's going on. Let's go to the 12-hour. So in the 12-hour, I have Bitcoin in a massive bilateral triangle here on its way to breaking out. Now, where's my target for Bitcoin? It's $27,217. That's right, folks, $27,217. And that's my short-term target of this. I mean, actually medium to long-term target. More short-term, really short-term. But what I mean short-term is like in a 2-year period, like I think we're over 100,000 easily. I've been saying that for a long time, and I've not changed my tune. I would keep at least 30% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. That's just my opinion, but you do whatever makes you happy. You know, you might have a coin that you just absolutely love. So I drew this thinking that we're going to come up here to this 12.8 region, come back down, come up. That's kind of an hypothesis I have. Now here is the falling wedge with a 68% chance of break to the upside. So now we can kind of focus on this. And this is what's happening. And the target for this falling wedge here is 12,764. So about 12,700. So, and we're breaking out. We broke out of it. We keep moving. Now we're breaking out of the big triangle too. So both things are happening. I saw us hitting 10,400, and I thought that would be a good time to make a short. Just a quick, you can make like a 10x leverage short from 10,400 to 10,200. It actually went even further down to 10-100, it would have been a good move. Right now, when I'm in XTZ, I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing is I want to keep the 200. I'm up 250. I definitely want to keep the 200. So I'm going to raise my stop loss to a place where I'm up about $200, okay? Because I don't like losing the money that I already gained. You know, it's one thing if you're in for a long term, but not me. So I'm going to hold myself down at 340. And why? Let's just see. Let's get into the 30-minute. I use the 30-minute chart to figure out where I'm going to put a stop and why. Okay. Now, we're breaking out of the wedge, which we did already here. We had a big monumental move to 357, but we got smashed down when Bitcoin took a little bit of a pull. It came back down. But this is kind of a V-shaped recovery here. I could extend this maybe, but I felt like these were just like strange manipulative moves, so I didn't add them into the triangle. I mean, you could make this triangle like this, and you're in this big wedge. And even if we're in that wedge, it means we would come back up to the trend line up there in the 376 region, something like that. So that's even a good sign, but I don't know, I'm just not, in my opinion, and it's more like something like this, and we're breaking out. Also see a bit of a double bottom or almost a complex head and shoulders if we didn't have this move, the head, the shoulder, but we had this was a manipulative move. You can see that. We are getting a little bit into the overbought area on the 30-minute. If we keep going up a little more, I feel like we're going to get up, and then we're going to have to take somewhat of a pullback. So that's interesting to see. And then we do have support for sure here at 308. Okay. Again, normally I can use these lines that I've seen before, but again, it's an uncharted territory, so it's actually harder to figure out than normal. I'm thinking I should hang out at 340 though, because if I get stopped out, hey, I make another $250 today. And we can go from there, and then I can re-enter the trade at another time. So I'm just put my stop to 340. I have my take profit at 375 for 20%. I'll boom that up to 388, just to be, and I'm gonna save that on my 3 commas. So now I've raised my stop. I've solidified the fact that I basically are gonna make 10% off $2,500. So. Or 8.8%. So I'll be coming home with about 220 guaranteed. And this looks like it's not going to stop. Now it's on a move here, 340, 345. So that's interesting to see. Okay. So I just had to do that right now just to let you know, like, I hold my gains, man. You could just say, oh, I'm going to hold it for a year and just keep waiting. But now Bitcoin's also in a rising wedge, which has a 68% chance to break to the downside. But honestly, in a bull market like this, and when things are heating up, the coronavirus, honestly, is also moving and kind of pushing Bitcoin forward. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that. We have an article we're going to discuss just a little bit. We're not going to do briefly later on today. I'm now up $260, guys, 10.2%. But later on today, I will be doing a live stream about the coronavirus. So I've been covering it recently. I've been trying to do 2 live streams a day. One for basically my crypto lovers and what's going on in the crypto market, and another for the coronavirus. Because it's serious. There's a lot to cover, and there's a lot to go on. So I had this in basically a bilateral triangle of some type. Had a really strange, these breakdowns have been a little weird. These are stop hunting breakdowns in my opinion. So it wasn't a flag right here, and we're breaking out now. We have room to move in the RSI. Let's check the 4-hour. This is XLM, Stellar. This is something I'm honing in on. That's a bull flag that's kind of breaking out right now. Stellar, I believe, I'm going to wait for this to curve down, and then when the red comes into the white, that's when I'll make a purchase. So I'm basically doing the same thing on any asset. Like, see, this is where I would buy Stellar, right here, where the white turns. And eventually, you want to ride the white and the green part of the histogram. And honestly, no one ever said that to me specifically, and maybe an expert trader would say there's better moves out there, but right now, I'm honing in on it, and it's working for me. I just made a purchase. I bought Atom. Why did I buy Atom? I bought Atom at 7:43 this morning, so about an hour and a half ago. And someone would say, why did you buy Atom, Sam? And I'll tell you why. There's something called an SR flip, which is a support and resistance flip, okay? And when that happens, it's basically your best bet to make a trade, okay? And let's find one of those for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So here we have the price moving up in Atom. This is in November, okay? It comes, and we see it hits 430. Nice. But it gets rejected pretty hard. bounces off the 396. Now here we had it coming up to 395. Wanted to break through, but really couldn't, not hold a sustainable rally above that price range. Here we have it breaking right above, but getting smashed back down. Here we have the same thing. But then finally, on the third time, it's like hitting up a door. Fourth time, actually, we break through. And then the price comes back down, and what do we have? A bounce. So you looking for this all the time. Trying to break through, trying to break through, trying to break through, a bounce. You can trade literally this move right here, support and resistance flips, then put a stop right here. You might get stopped out. It happens. But these are the odds you want to keep going after. Trying these. Therefore, you can have a very small stop loss of a 1 or 2%, and you can go for 10, 20% gains. Those are 10 to 1, 20 to 1. And what I mean by that is the return on investment on the ratio, return ratio. It's meaning, how much am I going to risk for potential gains? I'm going to risk 1% to gain 10%. That's a great trade, 10 to 1. You can't beat on that. So here we came back down, and look, this support in this same region held support again, as you can see. So it's uncanny how much support and resistance play a role in what's going on. So what you want to do is you want to keep looking for that. Like here's one, didn't make it through, came up, boom. Here's your place where the support and resistance is flipped, and now you can move on it. Now we did fall through, but it was very manipulation with a V-shaped recovery. That was the huge Bitcoin fall down that kind of in the middle of the night, about 3 nights ago, Bitcoin just crashed out of nowhere pretty hard. I'm now up 279 on TEZOS. Getting into $300 on the day. There's a chance I could end up making $500 on this trade today alone. Ever since this bull market's been running, I've been able to pull in at least a few $100 a day, between $200 and $500 to $600, $700 a day, folks. So if you're not coming to the crypto lifer, you're missing out on what's going down out here. Shape recovery, that was the huge Bitcoin fall. Push that back. XDZ on fire. That's what I did. That's a car payment. Nice, man. I like to hear that. My man Muser just traveled the world, man. I can't wait to sit with him. He's going to be on the channel. We're definitely going to have a live talk with him. Now, I like to purchase, as I said, this is what I saw, okay? I saw the price trying to get above this line here, okay? Having a bit of an issue in this region. So, boom, didn't make it through. Here we got close, here we boomed through. So it's very similar to an SR flip. Not as apparent as these, but to me, it was a good indication. So I had this triangle that we broke out of, and we reached our target. My target was 515. We reached that. We surpassed that. Then we came into a little bit of a dip, but I feel like we're holding this 485, 490 range, and now we're at 5. Now 5 is a region of is that psychological support and resistance. Are we gonna go to 5 and come back down? I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Because I see the MACD turning up, and I bought it on the white. So I say we get a bit of a run here, Will this turn into a double top and then come down? This is possible. We've been on a move for a long time. Look at the move we're on, okay? Back in September, we're sitting there at $1.95. We're already at 5. Did a nice over, 100% gains and more. Basically, that's 150% gains, right? Because 2 times 2 is 4, and then you get the extra 1 of 50%. 150% gains since September. I've been trading Atom, basically. I've been picking 1 or 2 assets and just trading them over and over again. And what I've been doing is I've been looking for room to move on the RSI above 50 and in a good area. So look, we're above 50, which means you're ready for a bull run. You need to be above 50 for a bull run. Anything below, you're kind of squiggling around. Like here when we were coming down, we weren't that high. But here when we were going up, we were higher above 50. And when I mean 50 is this region here. Say there's a 50. You see that number right there that I'm pointing at? It's a little smaller maybe compared to you guys. Anyway, 501. I want to see us break this 5 region and really blast back up. We were hanging out there a lot though, so to me it's not as psychological as I think. I think we're going to boom up. 280 on Tezos. It just doesn't want to stop. In at 347. Do I raise that stop to 345? Do I get bold? We will see. But I'm in Atom right now, and I'm in Tezos. Both one $2,500, one $2,000 buys. I've been also upping my buys now that the bull market has been a little bigger. I've been upping my positions. I've been getting a little more bold. And I will be honest, 2 nights ago, I went way too heavy, and I did lose $400 of like the bit. I moved my account up about 30%. I did lose $400. I was overextended into too many things. I told myself when Bitcoin hit 10,400 that I should take a break, and I did not. It was late at night. I did a little bit of overtrading. I tend to overtrade sometimes. Take that lesson from me. Try not to overtrade, guys. Once you make a good trade, take a day off. Relax. This is getting parabolic now. 348. I'm up 289 now. Just sitting here since we've been talking, it's starting to make a serious move. I like to watch this on the 5-minute because you can just see these are 5-minute candles just are absolutely erupting. Went to 349. Now we're getting a little bit of a rejection. Could that be the spot? Oh, so we went as high as 361 before. So let's put a line here of resistance. So we know we have resistance here at 361. Okay. You guys learning a little bit of how to trade? You understanding what I'm doing? I'm basically finding peaks and valleys and creating support and resistance lines that I see. Like here, there's clearly support here. Bouncing, 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 broke. Bouncing, bouncing. And then that same area becomes the same area where it's hard to get through. It's uncanny how well these can play out and how much these support and resistance lines really do play a factor. First red candle there coming out, but up now turning green. People just want this asset. 292 now? Wow. Wow. What a great day. What a great day. Yes. Yes. Today is a good day. So we will go from there. Let's get back to Bitcoin. There's my Atom breaking through 5. So both my trades moving very well. Moving very well. Sorry I didn't stream yesterday and I didn't talk about my entries. I really apologize for that. I try to put my entries every time. Yesterday I had to take a break. I had been like live streaming for 4 to 5 hours a day. I've been researching Corona, researching gold. And yesterday was just a day where my mind just needed a break. I had to just kind of crash, on a Thursday. Who would have thought? XRP, man, 33 cents. XRP making big moves. I have bags of XRP. And where do I see XRP going and why? Okay, let's take a gander at XRP. Seeing strong support here. I think this is a manipulation. These were stop hunts blazing us down. Now, here's where I would buy XRP. It would have been last night, and let me explain why. I put on your MACD, moving average convergence and divergence. It's an algorithm showing you basically the momentum of a move in your RSI. Make sure your RSI is above 50 and kind of ready to move, so it's got room to run to get into the overbought area. This is overbought. Anything above this white dotted line that I have, anything below this dotted line is oversold. So you just keep those parameters on this oscillator, and you move with that. You got CGI Beach in the background. Yeah, dope, right? You like that? Yo, and the waves actually crashed. Like the waves are crashing, man. The fireplace is on. I'm all cozy. I like to keep the doors open here on the left side. The breeze comes in, but the fireplace heats my back, so it works out nicely. What I want to do actually is take this. This is my stream, but shrink it. And what I'll do is, because I need to see this more. I love the interaction. Makes my day. And yeah. Just want to keep the chat up. Keep the chat somewhere, maybe over here is a good place, kind of. Okay, cool. Yeah, you like that. I know you like that. I know that people can hear me, but I like to type it too. It's probably a bad thing, but okay. Let's get back into the markets. Ooh, but then it disappears so fast. Annoying, huh? I wonder if you could like drag this here and it will like hang out the way it is. Probably not. No, it'll just bounce back. Hey, what are you gonna do? All right. All right. XRP. Where do I see it going? What's going on? Well, I got my lines. Well, I'm really happy we broke the 30 cents. We all knew 30 cents was a biatch to get through, right? Like over here, it's all the way right here now too. It's like days away when you're looking at it on the 5-minute chart. Let's go to the 4-minute chart and get a little more perspective. 5-minute chart's good if you're trying to make, you're trying to trade with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand and you're trying to make a grand or two real fast. That's what that chart's for. Oh my God, dude. XTZ 351. I had no idea today was going to be a big day like this for me. I am now up very large, $313 on this move. I believe, where do I raise the stop? You don't want to stop this party. This party is running. Sorry to get off of XRP. We'll get back to it. But just this thing is making moves on moves. Strong green candle, heavy buy zone. We're just in the first white bar of the MACD, which means there's a lot of room to move. We have the blue about to cross the red. We have the RSI getting into overbought, but it still has that nice, really move melt up point. Folks, let's look at the last time we were right here. White. Look, we're in a very similar place right here, right? The RSI was here, about to approach the white line. The first white came off. And look, there's a green bar turning here. So that was all the red dip we had. This is very similar, just a small white in the red. And look at the price action we had from the RSI going from here to there. We were at 225 and we got all the way up to 273. That's a 50-point move. So this could go to $3 today, folks. We could see TEZOS hit $4 today, actually, in front of our eyes. And I'm in it. Also, my Atom buy was a good buy. I keep doing the same things over and over again. It took me a long time to get this focused. You can see, ask my friends, even the guy and my buddy right now who's commenting. He watched me go through a lot of pain and anguish learning how to trade. It hasn't been perfect. It's not 100% easy, but it's fun and it's been a learning experience. Yeah, we going for 40 cents. Okay, let me get back to XRP for my muser friends out there. My XRP muser buddy. Love that guy. Feels like he's a brother of mine. Everyone's a brother of mine on this channel, honestly. Like, if you come here and you spend your time with me, you're my brother. And I look forward to seeing every subscriber eventually in person one day. So now we're in a rising wedge as well. So this is doing exactly what TEZOS is doing, okay? You see it? Let's get rid of this line. Don't need that there. Get rid of that line. But you see we're in this rising wedge. And if this breaks up, it will go parabolic. It's actually kind of an ascending triangle, actually, too, which is this is looking healthy. The only thing I don't like about it right now is on the 4-hour, this MACD is on its way to turn, which tells me that, it's very high. Like, look at the MACD. It's almost never been this high in a long time. Right here it was when we spiked up to 32 last time. See that? And then we had a boom all the way back to 21 cents. I'm not saying that's going to happen. And let's look at XRP on the bigger picture. On the bigger picture, we have this double bottom here, okay? That's technically a double bottom. You can see it. It's a long double bottom, but it's there. And you take the middle of the W, you go to the end, basically here, and then you go to the end of the W, you take that. Puts us at 58 cents, folks, just for this one move. If we come out of this W properly, straighten that up. 58 cents. So that's basically my target for about in a month, less than a month from now, but that's basically my short mid target is what I'm thinking. Now will XTZ hold? Now it's coming back down 350. People deciding to take profits. They got a little jealous. They were like, yeah, there it is. There's our red. That could be a red engulfing candle too. I might just close that trade up $300. Such a nice trade. Like it went well for me. I'm gonna raise my stop to 348. It's just what I'm gonna put. Yeah, man, it still has this potential to run, but it is curling on the 5-minute. On the 4-minute, it's just starting to do its thing though. See, this is where you sit as a trader. I'll do 345. Why 345? I should just stay here in the triangle at 333 and let this run. But I have such a large position that the gains are monumental. I don't want to lose them. Back to 399, 299. I'm gonna save that. I'm raising my stop to 345. I'm trading. I'm day trading. I'm not trying to hold these assets. I'm not trying to marry them. I'm trying to make money every single day. $500 a day, at least. That's what we're going for. So my stop now has been raised to 345. Okay, I'm guaranteed to lock in about $280 in profit today on that one trade alone. I'm up $27 on Atom as well right now, so that's going well. I bought Atom at 743 this morning. So those are my two trades. I wanted to see this stay above 5 and keep breaking. It's doing exactly what I'd liked it to do. Will it hit the bottom of the trend line and move? We're going to see. It's a very strange pattern, honestly, because there's been some manipulation with the way these have been moving. I really think it's going to hold the support line, though, and we will see. But this is a trade I may only scalp like 50, 60, 70 bucks out of. I may not be in this for much longer. Now, XRP, if this triangle moves, we take the length of the flagpole. So we told you that we have a bigger pattern in play, which is the double bottom we saw. And now we also have this short-term 36 and a half cents. So that's another 10% gainer for XRP. The only thing is here, this is not this MACD. Usually it's like in a lot of volume. It's telling me that we may have to retrace and bounce off that 30-cent level here. You know, I think we may have to come back down and bounce off the 30-cent level, only just because the RSI will pump up a little more. Maybe we get to 36 and we come back down and we bounce off 31 or bounce off 34, something like that. These are possibilities. Would you buy XRP right now? Let's look at it on the daily. On the daily, it's getting into the overbought region, which is sad because that's a strong indication that we're going to have a little bit of a retrace. Like here, we were high on the daily. We flubbed around. You know, we still had to go. We were up at 44. We came all the way back down to 36. So this can make an 10 to 20% up and down move. A lot of volatility in XRP. So I'm not sure if I would buy XRP right now at this moment. I mean, the time to buy it was obviously right here at 18 cents off the bottom of the trend line. You could see the lowest place we were on. If you were just using RSI, anytime we were below this white line would have been a great accumulation period here, even back here, you know, couldn't have hurt you. And this, again, you still see this double bottom though. It's slanted, but it's there. So XRP, man, looking strong, but I think it's going to have a slight pullback. But I think it's still on it's on its way. Really needs to break these trends. And this line here needs to get through the 61 cents. It's got some resistance. It's got resistance here at 55. It's got some resistance 48. 48. Not really a lot of resistance though. Right there is where we see our last move. You see if I put a line here. And I'm just going off these peaks and valleys. I'm not a genius, guys. I'm just simply using charting. I'm just focused and doing the same thing every day. So it's getting easier to do and easier to show people what's going on. Now, VET seems to be breaking out. A lot of these things are breaking out today. There's 22% gains on VET that I had mapped out. Wish I could make every trade. Sometimes I don't. I look back. I'm like, damn, I knew this was going to be a good trade here in 4-5 region. Getting down into that. See, buying in these regions, anywhere, you know, you want to get below this line, but anywhere in the vicinity is great. On the daily, it's on its way, though, getting overbought. So we're seeing a lot of overbought on these altcoins, see? It's kind of like there's time for, when you see every single altcoin into the overbought region here, it's going to be time for a pullback. And what that means is it time for Bitcoin to rally up again. So, wow, we're holding 350 up 310 now. Now I'm really proud of my 345 stop loss because I just keep ow, that hurt. I just keep raising it up and keeping in the profits, man. The second I stopped dreaming and the day I started just taking the cash, like, you know, it's as if I trade as if I'm walking down the street and someone handed me a $100 bill. If you're walking down the street or they just put it out in front of you for you to grab and they look like you could grab it, like, would you just grab it? Or would you walk by and say, let me wait for him to put 200 more in his pocket? Or would you just grab the $100, right? So, yeah, definitely a retrace to 30. Yeah, you know what you're talking about. For sure. It's sad to say, but we just, you know, we got to call the charts the way we see them. And that way we don't lie to ourselves and we make good buys and sells, you know? Okay. All right. So we got over Bitcoin. BNB coin is definitely something you want to be getting into too. I think there's going to be a big pullback in a lot of these. So don't FOMO today. Bitcoin, oh, cash, man, going to 500. Let's look at that 4 hour. Ooh, about to move on the 4 hour. Ooh, just had a cross right there, and we have some room to move. That, wow, makes me want to buy Bitcoin Cash right now, even on a candle like this. Because we technically, see, they're all in the very similar pattern. These rising wedges, that's a bull flag, right? It's kind of open. The length of the pole. And you give it a little slant the way it came in. 572 from 491, 80 on the 490, 40 would be 10%. That's a 20% gain right there. Possible gains of about 16.2%. Wouldn't be too bad. I would see why I like this trade is it's where I like it to be. It's the RSI is good. It's not overbought. It's still on its way. It's in a healthy place. And then the MACD just had a blue cross over the red line. We were supposed to have like red histogram and white histogram, but we already got the green. Volume is coming in, not too heavy, but it's looking all right. We have all our moving averages there. Look like we got saved by the 21. It's just looking very healthy. Very healthy. Wow. I normally don't like say that, but this is in a place where it looks like it's a good buy. Tell you, this is my new strategy is only buy on the white part on the 4 hour and make sure the RSI aligns with that and make sure this aligns. Also, we can look for, hidden bullish divergence, any type of bullish divergence or hidden bullish divergence or regular divergence. We're just looking for those types of confluence. Confluence is adding other pieces to the story. I'm also in a dash position right now, holding $2,000 worth of dash. I'm technically down 25 bucks, 1%. Why I'm holding dash is I saw this triangle and I'm waiting for these 31% gains. It's just taking it's a bigger asset, so it's just taking a little longer to play out. But as you can see, this is what's called a retest. And this is the perfect time to buy dash. Actually, I'm letting everyone know this is a dash buy right now. Again, this is not financial advice. Please this is for entertainment purposes only. I also have a disclaimer in the description. But right now, this is why I like this buy, because here we have the white part of the histogram coming out on the red, and that precurses the blue curving up. I do see a lot of moves during the white part, of the red histogram. Like right here, we have a white part of the histogram. Had you started buying at the end of the white histogram right here, that's where we got this huge pop, okay? Right as it kind of got into the end of the red and into the green. So you want to be preemptive or you will miss the pop. So that's why I've been learning to buy right around this area. Make sure the RSI is in a set place. Like you don't buy this area when the RSI is high. And usually they have confluence, because if it's going down, the RSI has time to reset as well. Okay? Also, look what I see here is I'll bust this open big on the RSI. I see if I take this line, this down, and I go to this down, I get a slant, okay? Really apparent here, that's why I made it big. Sometimes it's not, they look short, they look closer than they really are, but they're pretty, that's a nice slant. And then if I take this same down and I move up with it, this is what's called hidden bullish divergence. So this slants up, this low and this low create an up slant. This low and this low create a down slant. That tells me that the trend will continue. Also, this is actually a perfect place to get down. Amazing that I just found this right now just to check it out. But yeah, I would encourage everyone to take this buy. And the reason is because we're looking for 31% gains. And even if we got 70% of that, we'd get at least like 25%. And our stop loss can be just back in below the trend line. So you'd buy right here. Stop loss could be between about 4 or 5% right here. Say 4% and gains of 31%. So that's a 7 to 1, 8 to 1 almost on ROI. That being said, ooh, see, XTZ just took a hit. Just took a little hit. I might get stopped out right here. It's a chance. I'm about to get stopped out for a 265 gain. Ooh, it's at my limit. It bounced away though. I feel like there's other people sitting at 245. I think there it is. I think I got. So what happened was they didn't take my order. My order didn't fill for whatever reason. Interesting. My order didn't fill. I'm up 246. That was one of the first times I didn't see my stop get taken. They didn't take my stop. It fell through my stop. Very interesting. Now it might bust through. This is weird. I never see my stop didn't go through. This is the first time my stop didn't go through. That's annoying. Very annoying. Hold on. Now they're going to get kicked out where I'm at. Wow, this is a fun game. Not too fun, though. Up $245. I was just up $320, though. $70 quickly. And that's like, that was 25% of the gains. What to do now? What to do? Let's see. We have this line here. Decision time. Decision time. We do have moves here, but now we're curving up. See that curve? And look how high we got on the RSI. It just got banged down. We still have room to move, though. If we look at it on the 4 hour, we're healthy. If you go to a bigger time frame, we're very healthy. Very healthy. This is interesting now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the trade I'm in right now. So I canceled the trade. Now, that was the first time I put a limit order. I usually have a market order every time, and I decided against it, and it didn't take my profit. So just, guys, be careful. For whatever reason, just now, it fell through and did not hit my stop loss, which I haven't seen yet. I've been trading constantly. I have not seen that yet. Pretty weird. So I got my smart sell back on. My profit set at 379, 389. Let's do my stop loss at 340, 343. See, they just took $2 from me, though. You saw that, right? Saw that. Well, you didn't see it, but it happened. Very, very weird. Watch those stop losses. They didn't. 312. Up 257. See if it falls through my stop again. This is playing games. Did it again? No, I took profit now. It took profit. No, it did it again. Fell through the stop loss yet again. Come on, guys. Now it's getting down to 240. I'm going to close at market price. I'm not playing games. This is annoying, though. Order has been placed. Close at market price. I'm up 9. I closed the trade up 9.5%, but it was a battle, and it was a bunch of baloney. But yes, up $340 on the day. I'll take that as a good trade. I made it at, yeah. And I still think there's room to move on this, honestly. This is starting to act a little funny. Falling through my stop loss like that. I was up at 352, up $312, and I ended up coming up with 242. So that's how trading can happen. Honestly, that was one of the first times my stop loss fell through like that. It's annoying. But thank God I was here to watch this and check it out. All right, let's get into the news. There's a lot of other news going on, so let's kind of like build up what's going on and kind of show you the window here. This is great. We're holding above 5. I would like to see that. So that's cool. But yeah, you never know what can happen. Take the money when you have it. I got out at 342. And maybe that's a bad idea. I think it is. I think it's going to keep going. The way the chart says, we're on our way. The white part's coming. That's where I like to buy. It's breaking out of this. But you know what? With all the funny business going on, I decided to take my money. I like when I'm up, and I don't want to give back gains, okay? And I'm probably sure there was probably another $200, $300, $400 left on the table, right? But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll wait for a retest, and we'll check it out. Now I'll leave it alone, because if I keep looking at it, I'm going to be like, I should have got it, and I should have got back, and all this other nonsense. Okay, IOTA halts the network while investigating the Trinity wallet funds. Not good for IOTA, man. Their stock, they went down. Let's see. IOTA. I didn't even look at them on a chart to see what happened. I just read the news. Not too bad. Man, they lost 13%. It's not too bad. They're all right. They're still kind of in a rising wedge here. Still working. Actually kind of is the place to buy it right here. The white's coming. It's the bottom of the trend line. That's also the thing. Bottom of the trend line with the white coming out and RSI with room to move. Huh. I might even buy some IOTA despite all the FUD. Interesting. I don't know if I like pushing things for that, but it's interesting. Let's go to the 5-minute, the 15-minute. We'll see what we're doing. Are we going to come retest? We had a little bit of flag. We broke out. This is XTZ again, just checking on it. All right, BitMEX jokes about the XRP flash crash. The only outspoken CEO of the major crypto derivatives exchange, BitMEX, Arthur Hayes, has gone quiet about a short-lived crash. Yeah, out of nowhere, XRP went to 12 cents on BitMEX for literally like 10 seconds or 20 seconds. The sudden crash and recovery could suggest it was triggered by a glitch in a trading algorithm or by a large whale with a so-called fat finger, meaning someone wrongly entered a very large order. As of yet, however, no word has been heard from BitMEX or Arthur Hayes in public about the incident. Several BitMEX clients have already taken to Twitter to express their frustration about the event, with some even claiming that their stop-loss orders used as protection in case of sudden mark drops did not get triggered at the prices they were supposed to during the crash. What the fuck, you BitMEX? This is not really okay. My stop didn't trigger and my entire BitMEX account is effing gone. Whoa. Let's see what he's saying here. Imagine if you woke up and your whole bit. Oof. Oof. This guy got banged out yesterday. I'm happy I'm not that dude. Oh, God. Destroyed his account within 1 second. 62% scam wick on BitMEX, man. That's why you don't trade on BitMEX. Everyone's on Bybit now. Like, people have told you about the scam wicks. Like, if you're still trading BitMEX, you have issues, man. So apparently, follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. See what's going on. Still, guys, I'm a little obsessed. I feel like, all right, let's see my trade. Exactly what did I get in at and what I got out at on my dashboard here. You got a trader diary with 3 commas, and it shows you every single trade. In at 312, out at 341.7 when I had to close at market value. And I had a 345 stop loss that did not trigger. I'm actually going to say something about that. I'm going to send an email to the customer service. Like, what are y'all doing? You know, I'm up $333 on the day so far. So I'm happy about that. And I got some money to play with. I got some tether back in, ready to go, right? And let's hope Dash makes these moves. Looks like Dash is going to break out. If you don't know what WazirX is, it's actually an Indian platform that's actually working in conjunction with Binance. So Indian and crypto are 2 words that don't mingle together. Yet the young aspirant Nishal Shetty has built India's most trusted Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchange, WazirX. The premier platform came up with its native token, WXR, just last week on Binance and the well-known crypto exchange. To everyone's surprise, WazirX amazeballs as it marks 48% from the IEO price. It actually went up 700% too. It went from 2 cents to 14 cents in a pump-like nature that is just unheard of and unbelievable. Analyzing the week-long trend of WRXUSD on Binance, we see the coin has gained from the initial price of 0.007 to currently trading at 10 cents. The coin is facing an immediate resistance around 12 and 13, and immediate support at 8. A move above 9 has been fetching a market of 12 million and a trading volume of 33 million. With this, WRX is on its way to having a major disruption as an Indian. They write these articles so fast. With this, WRX is on its way to having a major disruption as an Indian in the crypto world, blessing the investment. It's not written right. This guy, she threw this together and she didn't read they put these articles so fast, like 3 seconds ago. See, they come out so fast that they don't read them. There's so many typos. Ex-Coinbase CTO argues Bitcoin will likely hit 100,000 using coronavirus spread method. This is very strange. The comparison might appear to be a bit out of pace at a casual glance, but an ex-Coinbase CTO believes there are similarities between the underlying pattern of the latest Bitcoin surge and that of the menacing coronavirus outbreak. Angel investor, cryptocurrency trader, and former Coinbase CTO Balaji S. Srinivasan underlined the similarity between the Bitcoin price and the spread of the coronavirus earlier today in a series of tweets. He used the stochastics process, a familiar concept in the field of probability theory, to make a highly bullish forecast. Servian argued that back in 2009, nobody really expected to see Bitcoin ever crossing 100,000 valuation. However, now that the asset has already crossed the 10,000 threshold, it is statistically in a better than ever position to rally above this beyond figure. I mean, we all saw it go from 3,000 to 12, that's 4x. 10,000 to 40,000 is 4x. 40,000 is 160,000 is 4x. For Bitcoin, a 4x isn't a big deal, even 6 to 7 months. So, and we've all seen it 10x within 18 months. We've seen it 10x within a year. These things occur a lot. The comparison probably won't make much sense to those unfamiliar with the stochastic process, but it's based on the solid mathematical foundation. For those out of the loop, stochastics process is a mathematical description of a random phenomena that can be utilized for making predictions of the behavior of systems, often to experimentally verify them. The stochastic model has proved to be extremely handy in the analysis and modeling of stock and commodity trading, healthcare research, and a slew of other real-world applications. But there's a mixed reaction from a lot of followers, and I've honestly noticed, I think Bitcoin was going to go up anyway. The halving was coming. Things were happening. Then we see the coronavirus also in conjunction with that. So, I don't know. I think there was some correlation. I think that people don't want to touch money when they're sick. And I also think that, let's look at fiat leak real quick. And we see that there's money coming. There's money coming heavily right now. Heavily from the Korean won and from the Japanese yen. They're just flowing. And more USD than I've seen in a long time. Heavy buying pressure, man. I think Bitcoin's about to make a huge move. Very interesting. So my sell was so far all right. Looks like I kind of, damn, man, I had the top. Whenever you're up, like, damn, when you're up $300 in a few hours, I think you should sell. I did, man. I had a 345 stop. I was guaranteed $300. They screwed me today, guys, live on the stream. You saw my stop loss did not get triggered. Don't understand why. I should have had a market order on that stop loss. I always do, and I changed it to limit today. I changed it to limit. Market, stop orders, guys. Who cares? You have to pay a little more. You're up. Market. Still in a good spot, but, we are high on the MACD, so. Bahamian central bank to roll out digital currency in H2 2020. Digital currency to accelerate recovery. The goal of the Bahamas sand dollar. Foolish to be a sheep competing with lions. See? The Bahamas joins an ever-growing list of countries to publicly announce a commitment to a state-backed digital currency. This includes the Marshall Islands, Turkey, China, Lithuania, and Japan. A digital Bahamian dollar. Its central bank governors believe will help to accelerate the provision of financial services needed to support business sector recovery. The goal is that they've been hampered by the fact that it's a card-based and has to receive 4 times the number of estimated applicants. Moreover, not all the necessary payment service providers have been integrated into the infrastructure. However, Roll affirmed that the central bank would be in a position to enroll further applications soon by removing the requirement for a card. He went on to explain that the island's sand dollar was intended to create an infrastructure that allows for interoperability of payment services. Meet Bitcoin's most accurate technical indicator, Lamborghini. Take a break, Golden Cross. Bitcoin now has found a better technical indicator. Lamborghini this Valentine's Day. So it appears there's a great positive correlation between the cryptocurrency's price and the rise in mention of one of the most beloved sports cars. Yeah, it's Moon Lambo, dude. We're going to moon and we're going to buy Lambos. That's it. Like, that's what we're going to do. And, that's what it's about. Moon Lambo, guys. Moon Lambo. Moon Lambo. Moon Lambo. Moon Lambo. Yeah, I think I said it enough. Mr. Gerbert explained that he queried all the Reddit comments for the keyword Lambo and Lamborghini using Google's dataset services. The research confirmed focusing on many main crypto subreddits, including Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, ETH Trader, Dogecoin, and a handful of others. What I find interesting is whilst Lambo mentions clearly spike after the biggest price increase, there's also a very substantial surge in Lamborghini mentions early on the bullish phase. So when you hear Lamborghini going up, it's time to buy Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's amusing correlation with assets that hold no technical resemblance to cryptocurrencies is not a new thing. Early this year, the world's first cryptocurrency asset received mentions in global media coverage for registering a price rally in 2017 that was eerily similar to parabolic moves in the Tesla stock. Pretty funny. Blockchain bills are advancing in the New York State Senate. Here's why. Albany. The New York State Senate will be considering 2 bills that would bolster the use and development of blockchain tech in the Empire State. Yeah, they have this BIT license, which I can't use Uphold and get my rewards from Brave. I can't use the crypto.com. I can't go use that Monaco credit card that I signed up for years ago. I was one of the first people. I should have had it. Can't do a lot of things because I'm here in New York. I can't trade on Binance.us. I can't trade on Bittrex. It's kind of unfair. I've been secluded from the world, from a lot of the movement in crypto due to the BIT license. The first bill, S4142, would recognize blockchain-based records and contracts as electronic signatures under state law, giving them legal clout. The second, ST6037A, would add distributed ledger technology developers to the Excelsior Jobs program, which comes with tax credits. Introduced by Senator Dianne Savino, Democrat, 23rd District, approved by the Internet and Technology Committee, which she chairs. After hearing Tuesday, the bill is next to go full to the Senate for a vote. If passed, the measures will move to the New York State Assembly for consideration. The use cases are tremendous, said Adrian Babino, a cybersecurity expert and resident technical advisor on Savino's Internet and Technology Committee. By embracing the blockchain tech and the digitized ledger, you're opening up the state to many possibilities. The bills have tried in the state legislature before, but both bills were introduced in various iterations during 2017 and 18 legislative session. Part of the early efforts by Savino's committee is to bring more high-tech legislative initiatives to the state government. All right. Brazil, largest crypto-friendly bank, posts 42% rise. The largest standalone investment bank in Latin America, Banco BTG Pactual SA, recorded an impressive 42% net income during the growth of the last year's fourth quarter. The bank is regarded as one of the cryptocurrency-friendly traditional banking establishments. Last year, BTG started utilizing the Ethereum and TEZOS blockchain networks for security token offerings. Wow, BTG's net income on the rise. The recurring net income, which excludes one-offs, came around $230 million. It represents an increased year-on-year revenue by 61%. The bank's loan book continues to rise as well, this time noting a growth of over 11% from quarter 3. This came after a November announcement indicating that BTG will extend loans in other South American countries like Colombia and Chile. See, they embrace crypto, they get rewarded for it. So, look at this now. You got Van Eck, right? Holding 3% of Bitcoin in your portfolio improves performance substantially. Van Eck, New York-based investment management company, recently published a report regarding Bitcoin and its role in the market. By outlining the digital asset's benefit, the paper showcased its potential to serve as an investment instrument as a source of value. Even 1% of Bitcoin can raise the portfolio. Van Eck is a global investment firm that offers investment options, and they were founded in 1955, guys. So, they've been around for a long time. Very interesting. Out of the 6 possible scenarios, 3 include a small portion of Bitcoin. In fact, the best performing portfolio contains 58.5% equity, 38% bonds, and only 3% of the largest cryptocurrency, according to the report. It produced a cumulative return of over 200 points and an annualized return of 15%. However, if Bitcoin is extracted, the results will be dramatically less. The CR of 110 and an AR of less than 10%. Bitcoin is a store of value. It also examines the largest cryptocurrencies as a store of value. It reasons that Bitcoin and gold possess monetary value because they are scarce and durable. Even though it's unknown the exact quantity of gold in the world, it's well established there is a finite supply. Contrary, the large cryptocurrency is unique, pre-programmed. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist. The precious metal's physical form is another benefit, according to reports, since it can be converted into coins and bars. Bitcoin, on the other hand, shines due to its digital, decentralized nature, strong privacy characteristics, and is a bearer asset that can be memorized, making it especially useful in authoritarian regimes. Yeah, you can just memorize your passwords and no one will know that you have it. You could throw things away and one day you could just get it back out of nowhere. So yeah. So look at the idea of money, right? It's fungible. That's high with Bitcoin and all these. It's non-consumable. That's high with all of these, right? Portability. Gold is moderate. The dollar and Bitcoin is easy. Durable. Very high. Moderate. The dollar can rip. It can get wet, right? It's not as durable as gold and Bitcoin. Highly divisible. Moderate. Moderate. High. Bitcoin is highly divisible. Far more than gold. Secure. Cannot be counterfeited. Very high. You could counterfeit gold. You can counterfeit the dollar bill. Bitcoin is impossible. Easily transactable. That's low. High. High. Right? You can't just walk around with gold and it's not as easy to do gold transactions. Scarce. Predictable supply. Gold. Moderate. High. Bitcoin is the best. Sovereign government issues. Low. Low. Decentralized. Low. Low. High for Bitcoin. And smart and programmable. So if you look, Bitcoin is the best form of money in the world. I'm gonna actually grab that. I'm gonna grab that. Maybe just do one video on that one day, and just. It is digital gold. It already is digital gold. If I think it's digital gold and I'm not that unique, then it's digital gold. You see how these things work, guys? You don't have to think too much about it. You don't have to think too much. You just gotta play the game. How rich is Satoshi worth today? Adding up Satoshi's wealth is an interesting task because no one knows for sure which addresses belong to Satoshi. For the sake of argument, let's say Satoshi has the originally mined 1,148,800 Bitcoins plus the 16.7 Bitcoin in tips. That gives us a total of $8 billion. Add in Satoshi's Bitcoin Cash and you have 10 billion. That excludes all the hard forks we have occurred. This excludes all the hard forks that have occurred. You must also consider all the hard forks which were added up in Satoshi's true wealth. Satoshi would have around 1.3 million of Bitcoin Cash using the market value of writing this. Once you start piling up the plethora of new hard forks, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin God, Super Bitcoin, Bitcoin Platinum, it only takes a quick glimpse at the market to see the profits that start getting mind-blowing. So at all-time high, he was worth $22 billion, right? Is that right? Yeah, look, there's 7,700 million, 22 billion. Bitcoin would need to hit a market value of 60,000 per coin to make him the richest man in the world. Ironically, Satoshi's Bitcoin wallet continues to grow. For some unknown reason, people keep sending Satoshi Bitcoin. In one particular notable incident, Mt. Gox sent Satoshi 1.23 Bitcoin. In total, Satoshi has received an additional 16 Bitcoin in tips to the Genesis address. Due to the way Bitcoin is coded, these funds are unable to be spent as the Genesis block was never added to the blockchain. Consequently, this is why this block is also called block 0. Everyone that has sent Satoshi Bitcoin send their funds into what is essentially blockchain limbo. It's the thought that counts though, right? Well, honestly, by taking it out, you're making Bitcoin worth more value. So follow me on Instagram. Check me out at samprice_remote_chief. I also have Crypto Lifer 33, but I'm mainly out here a lot. Check it out. I talk about coronavirus. I talk about Bitcoin, all sorts of different stuff. But I always have an ad also. Like, for instance, if you were following me on Instagram, you would have hit this.
What's going on? You're here with the Remote Chief Crypto Lifer, and today I will be live at 9 a.m.
And that's where I am now. So it's basically a little ad to get you into the live stream. I just want to show you this, guys.
It's a nice warm 80 degrees, and here I think it's 5 degrees outside, so it's very cold. Anyway, had a great time on the road, visiting Suits and Spooks, meeting the McChrystal Group, Echelon solidifies. We're able to translate documentation into core languages like.
I think Cardano's something he's a genius. Why would you bet against him? He's going to make money. This is an awesome chart. I want to show you guys how easy it would have been to basically buy the bottom and sell the top. Okay. You put it on the weekly. You put Bitcoin on the weekly and then you just wait for the MACD to cross and you make buys and sells. Kind of crazy, but like you would have sold here You wouldn't have got the top, and we'll get into that, but I'm going to show you that on the chart as well. Wow. Money is flying into this market. We're even seeing now the euro, Korean won. Coronavirus is going to make people realize that they may not get to the bank. The collapse of the system. People are thinking, wow, what do we do? Digital currencies could run the world because no one will have to go to a bank. We could just keep it moving. Very interesting. Still can't believe that went up that high that fast. I mean, I was happy at 2. It's funny how quick you can get greedy though, right? I was happy at 212. Next thing you know, I was at 317 within a minute or two. All right. See, 347. It was on its move, man. I never needed to get out of that trade. I probably should have stayed in that trade. I mean, by the books, this is pretty good. It is going to get to the oversold. We have some room to move. We have some room to move. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get back in. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to hang out in case there's any last comments people want to ask about. I'd love to go over something if someone hasn't gone over it. And let's look at the general market, actually. We didn't get a chance to look at gold and JNUG. So I only trade basically gold stocks and then, look at the market. So the market's down a little bit, not too bad. Let's see. Weed had a huge move. Wow, up 18% out of nowhere. What was the story? Canopy Grow stock is set to soar. Why its earnings were a beacon of hope. So it had earnings report, man. Amid concerns canopy industry about a high spending disappointing. Pushed the stock more than 18%. Wow, what a move that was right there. Interesting. Gold moving again at 1580. I see gold here in this going to 1699. It's in a bull flag, and there's the end of the bull flag. So probably definitely a good time. JNUG, I was telling you, accumulate here in this 68, 71 region. It's on the way now. And this I have basically a target of 105, up 31% if you buy JNUG. So JNUG something definitely to watch out for. I think it's going to make some moves. But gold's looking well, JNUG's looking well. We talked about Snap earlier. My friend had asked me, and I said, if it dips down here, which it did, I said this would be the place to buy in this what's called the golden pocket area. You can be pretty confident in buying here with the Fibonacci levels pulled. And actually that trade planned out. We also went over Uber. We said Uber would be a buy around $40. And let's see what happened with that. Okay, so that didn't hold off. We kind of came back down. See what happens with that. But I don't trade these markets at all. I really just trade marijuana stocks, gold stocks, and cryptocurrency. All right, guys. That's going to be it for the day. I really appreciate you for watching. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, crypto is life.